took place. Processes occurred before finally you are given a paper describing you as being worthy in character and what? If people were here when the foundation of this house was laid, of course, this was where our people were selling something for the older Shalom teachers. Do you know this was where Abba's shop was? But what did we do? I came and told them that people are living here.
So I just want to share one or two things with my colleagues out there. A much one or two experience, and maybe the one or two things I gathered from the workshop we did. We did. Of course, every section will have a workshop for the teachers. So I want to share one or two things with my colleagues out there. Remember, I'm not presenting myself as being perfect or better than you. Okay, so I just want to share one or two things which maybe you will be able to capture one thing from it. All right. Um, you see, as you are going back to the classroom to meet your students in this section, okay, I want to say or tell you one or two things, which is number one, there is a mistake we teachers we make, and that mistake is that sometimes we try to assume that the people you are meeting they know what you're about to tell them. Or yes, let me put it that way, they know what you want to tell them. As a teacher, it's not good to work on assumption. It's not good to work on assumption. You don't have to, you know, have that assumption that they know what you want to tell them. So it is good you start from the level that they don't know anything about what you are saying. I think it is a safe place to begin presenting whatever you are going to teach them, because it will be fatal to those low achievers, those low learners, or people who doesn't even have every. It's not actually that everybody there in that class will be totally ignorant of what you are going to present, okay, or what you are going to teach them. So, but it is not also good for you to assume that they know. Some may know, some may not even know. Okay, so you have to come from the level where you can accommodate both. All right. And another thing is, as a teacher, please try to be positive minded. Try to be positive minded. Okay, be positive in whatever you want to do. Okay, don't be antagonistic to the students. Don't be antagonistic. Don't have a mindset about them before entering there. Maybe you've had some stories about that class or that set of students before going there. Now you are coming from the point that they are this or they are that. Okay. Now it is not going to be good enough. So it may make you to become antagonistic even to people who are innocent in that class. Okay. So try to be positive. Okay, that's my advice. Try to be positive as you're going into that class. And another thing is, please make sure you are there on time. Okay, be on time. It's important to be on time to class, and then try to be organized as a teacher. It's not good that you enter the classroom and you know they have taught us many times, about being organized. Try to be organized. Have the materials you're going to use to teach the topic you want to teach. Have the materials made available as earlier as possible, so that not in the middle of the class you start looking for, like myself, you start looking for ruler, or you start looking for, oh, I should have made a little diagram of something like this, or something like that. You start looking for this and looking for that. It's good to plan your class as earlier as possible. You understand? All right. So be organized, and then be confident. Be confident in yourself. Be confident in yourself. Okay, be confident. Don't uh, for the fact that you have made adequate research, adequate study about what you want to teach, you have to be confident in that. All right. Appear. Don't look nervous. Don't look nervous. Don't, of course, I'm not teaching you now how to, appear in public or so. I believe it is something that maybe if it is your first time of standing before the students, you have little issue standing before them, have little issue with, presenting yourself, but don't be nervous about it. Don't be conscious of you being accepted by those students. Be concentrate in what you want to do. You The students accepting you is not a serious matter for the fact that you can be able to make a good presentation of what you see, that accepting you will not be a problem. So another thing is, please do not veer off the topic you want to teach. Sometimes we teachers will make that mistake. We leave what we want to teach the students and start telling stories, start talking things that are irrelevant, you know, and then to start telling them how you travel to this country, you travel to this country, and those things are not necessary. How you have been so place or how you have been so place is not necessary. Focus on this, how you have achieved this or you have achieved that. Of course, in that level, if it is targeted at motivating them to work hard, it is a different thing. But if it is something that is just meant for you to make mouth or to, make unnecessary, presentation of yourself, I think it is not necessary, because those students, if you are seeing them from a very proper perspective, you can be seeing that they may come up in life and be bigger or better than you. So I don't look at my students as these little things. I don't do that. I look at them as people who are my partners in whatever I am. If this now I said here now, some of my students will watch this video and they can even in the comment section attest that that's how I appear before them. I associate, I mingle among them so that I don't make any too much, because I think I know that whatever I know, anybody can know it at any time, any place. So do not veer off the topic you are teaching them and start talking other things that are irrelevant. So, and then try to avoid use of abusive words. Don't bring the problems you have back home into the classroom. Don't bring the problems you have back home into the classroom. I am not being unreasonable here, but I don't know any other, let me, not be very, very harsh in saying it. But many times we make that mistake, bringing the challenges you have outside there. See, everybody has issues. Everybody have problems. Me that is talking to you don't know the ones I am passing through, for sure. But I don't bring them to the classroom. Even here, as I'm talking to you, you will not even. I will not come here trying to look like somebody you need to pity. No, no. So I don't bring my matters to my profession, to the classroom, to what I am doing, so that you know everybody will have to know that you are angry. Everybody will have to know that things are not moving on well, or everybody. No, 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 no. Don't do that, please. Try as much as possible to you know be professional. You know, uh, give the students everything you need to give them outside whatever that is going on around your life. You see that in the course of time, God will still take care of those, I don't know your faith, but in my faith, I have this faith that whatever I am passing through, that I shouldn't inflict the injury on people around me. I know that in the course of time, God is going to see me to on that. Be prepared. Prepare for what you are going to teach the students. Prepare as much as preparing is never exhaustive. These ones I'm teaching here, I still have intention that in the course of time, if I discover things that I have not discussed here, I'll still come back to talk about them. So we keep on moving on and moving on, try and second. But the most important thing is that you have made some level of preparation in what you want to teach the students. Be sincere and honest. Don't try to tell them that you are computer, you are a machine. you can answer all their questions at once. You might, if I don't know the intention you have, if you try to do that, but I try to present to bring my students to the point. Even maybe later you see in the course of my later videos, I told you I associate with my students, so we try to be interactive. So I am sincere with them. If they want to take me to the area where I have not done adequate research, I will tell them that later we are going to discuss that so that I can have time to go and do the research. You understand? Don't try to prove anything there. Okay, but make sure you have done some level of research. So, and then I think maybe finally or thereabout, avoid loading those students with excess work. I don't know. Maybe you avoided some class, you didn't meet up with some classes, and then the day you came into the class, you want to finish all the three topics at once, and you want not in mathematics. Don't do that, please. And that is why even these videos I'm doing here, I try to make the time to be maybe within 20 minutes maximum or thereabout. You know, classroom discussion with my students at 5 minutes thereabout. Give them, break the things you want to teach into small levels, because you're talking to human beings, you're not talking to machines. Okay. And then many times I give them, you are going to watch my students, or maybe I group them. Some assignments I make it a group work. Okay, so that they can have enough time to interact and discuss. So don't overload them with excessive work. I don't know what else. Maybe if I still remember something, I can still tell you. But I know maybe you must have had one thing from my mouth, from me, that might be of use to you in this year or in this section as academic section is commencing, that can help you to be the best teacher, be the best influencer, be the best person that is impacting your students out there. And I am trusting God that when you make that impact, they used to say that in teachers, our reward is in heaven. Fine. And that is why, anyway, let me not go into that, because if I become what I am desiring to become, every teacher out there will get some reasonable, you know, reward for whatever here on earth. Yes, here on earth, and then also in heaven as well, as you are expecting. All right. So please put in your effort, my friends, my colleagues out there. Put in your effort and make a very meaningful impact in the life of your students. You see, one day they will remember you. Don't think it. Last time we visited some of our teachers, and then in my class level when we graduated, we made a committee, and then share some of our teachers. They may remember you one day for the good labor you have put into their life. God bless you as you do this. Thank you.
Managed this place started raising war, and a couple of months ago, where are we now? Did activities happen? Processes did they go? What is the outcome? That's it. So when we are talking of outcome, this is what we do. That's why I got into illustration. And